Now, the only thing with Random Blast, and this is actually something worth pointing out, it's an important one, is it does allow Dark Aavak to fight in mental challenges. Being said, though, Fiery Gaze would give him actually more damage, though it's only a single person instead of 3. But that Drain Vigor might really come in handy. So yeah, we'll pop that over. As for you... I'm going to give this to you. Or are we going to give it to Nosferatu Light? No. No, it's going to be going to Final Sight. Which means that... Anyone else? Shadowstar? I could give this to Shadowstar, yeah. Oh, okay. Hopefully they have a form of attack they can use in a physical fight. Divine Word. No, they can't use Divine Word in a physical fight. That's a shame. Not that I'm really likely to use them in a physical fight, let's be perfectly honest. Xantos... I'd need something that would scale off intelligence for you. But I think, yeah, no, it looks like everyone has got the best armor I can give them. Oh, actually, no, the topaz robes there could be improved on. But other than that, we are now actually in a fairly good state as far as our weapons go and our armors. But I'm thinking that if I can go for something like Ice Spike. Let me have a look. Fairly certain that was one of the ones that we could do. How do we get that, though? We no longer have enough bones, sadly. We do have a lot of dragon bone, though. So that is nice. Let's see. Might actually be different if we swap them around. Oh, there we are. Okay, a nice spike of 2. That would make an intelligence attack reasonably powerful. But do I want to use that for that? I'm not sure. Instead, I'm kind of feeling like I want to do this. Actually, I'm not sure. Poison damage and life leech. I mean, that's nice, but not quite where I want it to be. I think we're gonna just have to go with this, though. Yeah, sure. Let's get that one on the go. You can come down there and help. Normally, I'm not as much of a fan of crafting in games, but in this, it's so in depth. It's great. Yeah, no, exactly, Malkin. It's one of the really nice things about this game is the crafting is genuinely engaging. There's so many ways you can make different stuff. Right, so with that done, let's go ahead and equip once more. Oh no! No! We got a trash tier Dark Codex! No! Such sadness. On the flip side, you never really use your abilities for anything like that. So... Never trust the Dark Codex written in crayon. Codex full of angsty, emo teenage poetry. Okay, that's a bit better. And from this point, I think, yeah, our groups are generally well protected. I wouldn't mind getting Apocalypticon, like, some seriously heavy armor. But that's going to require research points. And 2 of them, actually. Alright, well, there's a bunch of quests down hither that we can go and hit up on. So, let's actually immediately reform our expedition. Dark Aavak, Crafty Old Goat, Apocalypticon. Apocalypticon is not coming along. You can stay where you are, you scallywag. Malakin, Shadowstar, and our one and only Gatherer, which shocks me now I look at it. I didn't realize. Right, there is a button down here. 10 varieties for 10 turns, 50% of all available food. No, that's good enough. Tonk. Perfect, so good. Oh, my lord. So good. Let's take enough wood for 10 turns. Tonk. So good! And with that, we're good to go. Wow, that is so much faster than I'm used to. Thank you so much for pointing that out, chat. I can't believe that it took me this long to realize that that was even a thing. Is that a normal feature? I sure don't remember it. No, neither do I, but it must have been recently updated. Because we're playing on vanilla. That needs to be a giant button. Yeah. Let's see if they've got anything that needs killing. Beehive nearby, okay. It's over there. Now, I don't really want to annoy the Stingers faction if I can avoid it. Research point. And with this research point, I think it's time for us to get a herbalist hat. Increased chance to die 7%. That is rather amazing. And increased healing rate. Also amazing. Let's have a look at the other properties that we can get, though. Nothing for leather. What about gems? Gems do give something, just an increased healing rate. Okay. What about wood? Increased max sanity. Okay, that's nice. What about stone? Nothing for stone, apparently. Very sad. Okay, so it's literally just a case of having... Oh, wow! Minus 12% chance to die? That's bonkers good. I approve very heartily of that. Just wow. So that's 90.9 or 90. .9 LD. I mean, still reducing it by 6.8% is pretty good. Hey, Raging Fury, how you doing? Hey, Belial. Good morning, mate. I hope you had a good sleep. And I also hope that you've had a good breakfast. Right, let's get this built. You can work on that. Let's get people over here to begin some more gathering. We're starting to work through our stockpile of Darkwood and Malachite. But things have been going well. Things have been going well. Just gonna crack on with a little bit more research. I approve. We haven't lost anyone, though we had a very tragic lost opportunity for a Vola. Everything was set. We had 2 children in the in Dragon's Rest, had a good amount of ability improvements, and when the time came, we had the option to try, and it failed. Much sadness. Okay. Newest witch just got a level up. Let's go for intelligence, I guess. And older witch also has a level up. I guess we're going to just keep focusing on summoning the living rat. I don't know if getting that fully upgraded ever actually changes anything about it, though. I hope it does, but... comes in way friendly, auto-resolve, accept, and a little bit of friendship. We're up to 30 now with the Slavians. And exactly the same thing again. 1 and quest. You stumble across a creature laying atop a slab of stone. At first he seems to be resting, but as you close in you see he's breathing heavily and try to help the creature. Once again, this mongrel beast broke rules. It's demon law. Please leave. It's more of the pact and how the chart meant to break it. Good. Demon laws are sacred. Bid the shack farewell and leave the shore to his well-deserved fate. There we go. Nice big bonus for us. And the forest demons and the night demons a little bit happier with us. It'd be nice if we could get our standing with the forest and night demons up reasonably high before we go to the demon island. Oh, good call. Very good call indeed. I do need to reset that we don't allow the consumption of different types of fuels. Damn, this Smetek has been busy, hasn't he? And we've got a friendly shack who's going to help us now. My lord. Right, dizzying powder or hunter. We'll go with dizzying powder. And as for you, I'll take the strength just for that extra bit of health. So, Aavak, in 344 turns, have you come across the drawing of yourself yet? No. Not yet. As you explore, you notice a long-dead humanoid remains scattered all over the place. They look larger than human, possibly orcish. The bodies out of respect. Magic and magic use. The natural forces binding these unliving are still weak. Try to break this bond and thus free their souls. Should be a fairly easy fight, that one. The ritual works and you free the unliving souls. Ah, glorious. Search ruins. Alpha clans. Gained a little bit of respect from the 21 coal. Well. The Alpha clans are the orcs. 21 coal is nothing to sniff at. That is actually an incredibly good haul for us. Oh, really? Back over there again? Well, I guess technically we need to be going that direction in order to go to the Goblin Island. Play with that water layer. But we are going to head back to Dragon's Rest to drop off this coal. I was tempted not to, but I think that would be wise. Turn on there. Yeah, you need coal to take a tier 2 resource to a tier 3 resource. I don't believe there is actually. No, you can occasionally find tier 3 resources to gather. In fact, you can sometimes find higher tier, but it's exceedingly rare. And new building is done. Should be helping out with that. Ruby and Dark Aavak, really? I don't think I want that. We're too close to level 20 to bother taking it. We're not going to have nearly enough levels to do anything reasonable with it, so I may as well just double down on the one that we've got. Is this similar to For the King? You know what? I haven't really played For the King enough to be able to answer that question. This is a strategy-based... turn-based strategy game with a very strong RPG element. There is a decent amount of RNG in this, but also an awful lot of strategy where you can manage how random things can become, and that's part of the strategy. You know, it's like I've seen some people say, "Oh, well, there's way too much randomness," and random isn't ever strategy. No, it can be. When you're playing a game of dice, the strategy is in knowing the statistical likelihood of certain things rolling or being rolled by the other players based on what they're claiming, what they're doing, the kind of scores that you're going to require. There's a lot of strategy around randomness when that's in a game. When as long as it's in such a way that you can manipulate it, and you definitely can in this. There's a very keen amount of strategy in it. You don't need to literally be sat there planning out every move. As you get more familiar with the game, the strategy is actually quite intuitive and quite comfortable, or at the very least I find it to be. The combat in the game is sort of a deck builder, but it's played out like a game, like a typical card battle game. So you could think Magic the Gathering. But the cards, you're not really building a deck and shuffling them. Again, there can be an element of that, but you can very keenly control how random that can be, to the point of it not being random at all. But there's an awful lot of strategy in how you play the cards you've got. The cards are representations of your characters and their equipment. It's really, really engaging. Super fun. Super, super fun. You're ambushed by a band of crazed scavengers, clearly driven to take more risks than usual. Try to run away or fight now? We're just straight gonna fight. You defeat the scavengers and then cut off parts of them to eat later on. Don't ask questions. A grim fate to be true, but they chose it. Dragon Diva, thank you so much for the 4 months. A witch hut walks over to you on its chicken foot, and a voice booms from within it. I smell sweet darkness clutching your souls, and where there is demand, I bring supply. Pay, my dearies, and your curses shall be cured. Just remember, I like quantity, not quality. Witch, tell her to stop the sales pitch and just give you a rabbit's foot dipped in virgin's blood under the half moon during harvest. You can do the rest. Bah. Right you are, sister. Here, special price for you. Pay for 1 curse. Now this is at the base, so I can easily take care of this. And again, this one you don't want to pay with items, that, especially things that might be like, you know, thousands of value anywhere else, because it's literally each item is worth 1 to the witch. But there we go. Mental curse, please. There we are. You are no longer mentally cursed. Hooray. And you get a level up as well. Ah, that's lovely. Right, okay, so we can increase dark knowledge, and I'm kind of tempted to make you into a really powerful research ritual caster. And we get another point to spend. Now with that, we can go ahead and build a witch's hut. On the forest edge, there is a small hut on the chicken leg. It provides a bonus to rituals, attributes, and something extra depending on the resource used for its construction. I think we're going to go for this one. At that point, we're getting very close to the point that we've got every building that we really are going to want to build. Now, witch's hut. We don't have nearly enough bone to make you. It makes me sad, but let's just see what we could make out of you. So, extra ritual slots adds herbs. There we go. A way to get herbs is rather amazing, though not having herbs, very, very bad. Ultra not good. Naughty. No, I don't want that. I would prefer herbs. So, bone gives us an increase to max faith. Fair enough. What about leather? Leather does nothing for us. What about metals? Nothing. Okay. What about stones? Okay, there we are. Herbs. Herbs being added by stones. Alright, I'm on board with this. We could get... Okay, 1 herb, but 1 extra ritual slot as well, which is actually not too bad. If we had more dark bone, then we could get 1 to 2 herbs, which would be amazing. I think we need to go and get some more shadow bones. A lot more shadow bones. Because that is well worth holding off for. Okay, so we're not going back across to that island just yet. We're going to send out our expedition party to go and gather some extra bits and bobs. There's a couple of spots with dark bones up north. There. 2 dark bones there. We should be... And 1 there. There's also blood bones over there, actually. Along with a little bit of gold. Is there any reason for us to possibly sail up there? We'll actually cover a lot more ground if we do that. So, sure. Alright, first and foremost, let's drop off everything we don't need. Yep. Any kind of building resource, we don't need to be carrying with us. The wood, obviously, we need to keep. The herbs, I would very much like. And then 10 turns at least. There we go. Good to go. Now, if you sail, you're taking a bit of a risk. But we'll see what goes on. Dark bone and obsidian gives the hut a +1 ritual and 1 to 2 herbs. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get, Super Joshi. It's literally what I was looking at and decided on. That's why I'm going to go and get the dark bones, because I don't have quite enough. dark bone from the well, I think. Oh, and our healer just got a level up. Actually, I'm going to start improving your completely safe pill. That is anything but completely safe. Oh no! I left my boat! Poop. What a thing to forget. Yep. I think someone actually mentioned that earlier as well. Take more food. I won't need it. Not for the little trip we're going on. A wise one visits your village and offers his service as a trainer. I can teach those who are willing, but I'm not cheap. Or, if one of you is smart enough and shows me your mental aptitude, I may teach you a trick or two for free, as I'm always looking for talent. Talent, show off your knowledge. Yes, I see your talent. Let us begin. The man stays with you for a time and puts you through rigorous training before moving on. +1 intellect for crafty old goat, and 1 wits, and 2 max sanity. Nice, very nice. Ooh, a wolf slayer. Alright, I guess we're not going that route. We're gonna go visit up here. We may need to smash some lightbringers though in a moment. You find the beast lair, animal kin or hunter. You know how to handle beasts. Smoke them out of here. It may leave less loot, but they'll be gone. Take care of that. Get a little bit of bone. Starving wolf. Well, it looks like we've got a little bit of research to do then. Let's move you over to the starving wolf research. That'll give us points much sooner. That one's emptied. Since we're over here, let's camp, grab some grain. And let's do a little bit of research while we're here. Not going to bother researching that one because we're already doing that over at the base. It wouldn't benefit me. Okay. Let's go and deal with you. Again, having a hunter in your group basically means you'll never really struggle for meat. We're up to 69% hidden at Dragon's Rest now. It's going to be very hard for any enemies to spot that town and attack it. Oh! 2 of your fellow villagers decided to get married, and since times are dire, it's more important than ever to cherish such occasions. Wedding celebrations last for 7 days, and it's customary to make sure everyone takes part. Well, begin the celebrations! Nyia is often perceived as a cold and calculating mistress, but the coupling of 2 people in the hopes of procreation and companionship is part of the cycle of life, and thus very close to Nya's domain. The ceremony of union is short and formal. The happy couple signs the village book of marriages, citing only a short vow to honour each other until the darkness claims us. The newlyweds are then blessed by Nyia. Only then do the usual libations with an excess of food, strong spirits, and plenty of naked dancing through the night. Ah, good old naked dancing. That's my favourite part. They last for many nights. The best part about naked dancing is when you don't stop for many nights. The celebrations take their toll on everyone. You must see how well you did against the inevitable alcohol poisoning and upset stomachs. So this is what it takes to get a child. 273 sandwiches. Alright, let's find out how it goes. The wedding was deemed a great success and the happy couple begins their new journey. Good, time to wind down the party. Yeah. Nosferatu Light. I think we're going to go with Solitaire as much as... Well, actually, both of them are kind of focused on a single type of combat, so I don't feel too bad about taking either one, really. Right, we're done with the sandwiches. Right, on to the next type of food that we've got an excess of stuff for. Looks like it's going to be meaty foods. Yeah, meaty foods it is. We're going to have... What? That was a bit strange. We're going to have rollada. Punk. The amount of crafting capabilities we have. We're going to burn through all of that super fast. Oh, my lord. Aavak, please pause for a moment while I poke out my mind's eye with the stick when you talk about naked dancing. My lord. 14 is okay. We will allow you to blindfold yourself during the dance. Indeed, you don't need to poke your eye out. You can just blindfold yourself. It's fine. Okay, I guess I need to reinstall this game now. This game should never be uninstalled. My lord. Sorry you're feeling a bit rough though, Leafin. That's what happens when you get a RimWorld and don't stop playing it for like 8 nights. Eventually, although RimWorld does a good job of distracting you from the fact that you're tired and hungry and thirsty, eventually your body forces the matter. It's like, hey, so it was good that we forescienced whether you could go this long without sleeping, but I'm afraid there are now going to be consequences. You're ambushed by bandits. Bloody hell, bandits. Please stop. Okay. Auto-resolve. Well, I guess I can be convinced. Right, so wisdom increased on Jake, Toady, and Malakin. Nice. Then we're just going to slay you, because you're bandits, you scallywags. Once again, we used you as a talk trainer. You've got 5 nut tinctures this time. Well done. You know what? It just occurred to me what game the combat in this game kind of reminds me of. Not just the combat, but other parts that deal with the cards. Reminds me of the diplomacy in Vanguard. 276. My God. It was such a good game. And indeed the crafting in that game, much the same as well, not the same as this one in terms of the way you can put ingredients together to get different stuff. That's a little bit more. This is far more involved. But just the act of crafting wasn't just like click on thing you want. Do you have materials? Yes. Click do. Takes X amount of time. You actually had a mini game where you were trying to improve the quality whilst working through it. Such a good game. Such a good game. Those Sylvans. What nutters? I know, right? Can food go bad in this game? No. Thankfully, otherwise I wouldn't be making like 200 sandwiches at a time. That would be dumb. Alright, we've got a wolf over there. What we'll do is probably hunker down about here. How much, fuel. Yeah, we've got plenty of fuel. Also, yeah, we've got plenty of fuel. Just making sure that we weren't using that up. Hi. What's wrong? Look, considering this is turn 351, I assume this is our old save? Yes, it is.